Computer. So here we are. We are recording, and it is Thursday, February the 7th. It's almost Valentine's Day, 2019. And welcome to all of you. I'm thrilled you're here. Feels like a long time since we've been together. And I really do want to hear from some of you on what's happening. I do apologize if our recording is a little slow and lag time. I'm going to show you because it's really ridiculously cold here. But in Boulder right now, as you can see, it's 2 degrees and it's been very, very cold, and I think it's causing a lag. We've had a lot of snow, and so we're getting a lag on our internet connection. So I really apologize for that. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. I've refreshed, I've moved to the better connection, and it's still this way. So be that as it may, I'm thrilled to be with you. And the reason we do this call is because we know that often women work very differently to men. We think differently often, we act differently, and yet in network marketing, women do so incredibly well. And so I just wanted us to have a little bit of a forum where we could be together, just the women, and go, yes, maybe I do it exactly the way I hear it from this person or that person, or maybe I actually do it really differently. What's important is that we get results. And what I mean by results is not just a huge network and making a fortune yourself, but huge results in terms of making an impact in the world. Because what we have with Nikken is so important and so critical at this time, where we see people just not doing well, dropping like flies, children, adults, the elderly. We're just in a tremendous downturn in terms of our health, and really people need help, and they need a deeper understanding of what it is that creates vibrant health. And network marketing is a brilliant way to, to get out of the trading time for money issue, and to really multiply through multiple sources of income your possibility to create power in your financial sector. And I love it that it's the 5 pillars. And so we all know what it is, and we all know what we're up to. And I want to cover a little ground and then open it up for us. The first thing is just a very pragmatic thing that I just want to have everyone be clear about. And that is about Amazon. So with Amazon, we cannot sell directly on Amazon. And I think you all know this. But perhaps there is a little confusion. Sometimes there is. I get confused. But to understand that, it is possible to advertise on Amazon, but people have to be then taken to your PWP, your personal web page with Nikken to buy their products. And that is the rule. That is the way it is. So in case you weren't sure, I just want to encourage you that's how it goes, and not to be confused. So I'm just going to change this a little bit here, and so we can see all of us. Sorry about that. We were getting I don't know what we're getting, but anyway. So that's the first and foremost thing that just needs to be clarified. And then I just wanted to cover briefly just three simple things that I know you all know, but I want to just cover it. The key to our business, the key to growth, the key to everything is new people. As you know, it's sponsoring new people and helping them to build their teams, helping them get customers, helping them sponsor other new wellness consultants and grow their teams and grow those legs. We call them legs in network marketing, to have at least 2 or 3 strong legs in your business. And that is the focus of everything. So whatever you're doing on a daily basis, remember to keep the main thing the main thing. The main thing is prospecting and sponsoring. It's outreach. Everything we do is focused on others, focused on outreach. And this is critical for growing a healthy, strong, and vibrant network marketing business. And I know you will know that, but I do want to cover it. So there's 3 quick things. One is, who do we be when we prospect? Who are we when we're out in the world? And I think the key things, simply put, is to cultivate your energy, to cultivate your presence, your ability to be present with other human beings where you're calm, you're confident, you're not selling, you're not over talking, you're just being with another human being, connecting. The connection, the communication, the communion is what is absolutely critical, because that is where we build trust with people. And if there is no trust, nobody is going to follow us on this incredible yellow brick road. So nobody's going to do that. So I do want to make sure I'm recording, because last time it didn't record properly. I am recording, jolly good. I'm getting a little feedback, so I'm just wondering about managing, mute all. I'll just try that again, as maybe new people came in. And so just cultivating your energy field, what does it mean? It just means staying really healthy physically, getting enough sleep, eating really well, drinking lots of our water, exercising, and having positive mindset and having a positive heart, forgiving, moving on, being in the present moment, not being stuck in the past, and just radiating health to the best of our abilities. We are the advertising for Nikken. They pay us very well because they don't pay advertisers. They don't pay middlemen. They pay us. And so it's our job to really radiate well-being, to radiate love, to radiate health, to radiate goodness, to radiate a lively, bright mind, and a strong presence. So another few things on how we need to be is just listening deeply on all levels to another human being. There is nothing more powerful than being heard. And our world is crying out to be heard, to be seen, to be felt. People need to be seen and heard. And so when you listen deeply, when I listen deeply, when we slow all those thoughts and we just get still and listen, that's very powerful. So asking questions and then listening and resting with the answer, not trying to be ready with your own answer, is so powerful. No rebuttals, no quick responding, but there is a response, and we do respond at the right time, not react, but respond, but without telling. If we're telling people how to be healthy, if we're telling them what's what, people shut down around telling, being told what to do or how to be, but they certainly respond well when you're just sharing. Sharing is very different from telling. Sharing your story, sharing another's story. We have 1 million stories in Nikken to share. And then there's the mechanics of taking them through a process, a simple process of information. Generally, it's a little bit of information first, whatever you like. Maybe you send them a little video, maybe you give them some written material, whatever they want. You can ask them, would you like to watch something? Would you like to read something? Would you like to hear something, a podcast? So a little bit of info is a good way to start. And then a demonstration is really powerful. And usually most of us all lend products. So we lend product to people, but we do want to learn how to do that effectively. So please study that and learn how to be an effective teacher in that demo time, and how to lend product well. And I lend a lot of product night and day, full on, all night products, all day products for at least 7 to 10 days. That's how I do it. That's the way I get the best results with people. And I want them to have results because it's exciting when they do. And then the next step is really a 3-way phone call. It's a really powerful thing to do with somebody generally in your upline is the best way to go. If not in your upline, then somebody crossline, but somebody who's had a lot of success in Nikken with the products and with the business. You do want somebody who's vibrating that success energy. So you want to be mindful who you use for the 3-way call. And is there a fit? Do you feel intuitively there will be a connection between your beautiful friend and prospect and that person? That's really important. And the next one is usually some kind of an in-home, what we would call a wellness presentation, a wellness preview. And that's where there's other people, if you can do this in your town, where there's other Nikken consultants are the guests, and the reason for that is the validation. People are looking to the left and the right, like, oh, I'm not alone. There are other people that are sleeping on a Nikken sleep system. There's other people drinking this water, and so forth. So it's just, social validation is something all of us, most of us need to have, not everybody. Because if you're always thinking outside the box and you're 10 miles ahead of everybody else, you don't really care. But, a lot of people do care. And they want to know that there are others that are also excited. And so that's really, really helpful. And it could be 5 people, 10 people, 20 people. It doesn't matter. It can be a potluck. It could be any way you do it, but make it really community oriented so that they can meet others in your area. And then mostly after that, it's really just getting together. Some people would say this is the time where you would close something, but I don't believe in closing. I think it's about opening new possibilities based on what you've seen, based on what you felt. What do you feel are your next steps? And can I help you in that? And really, you're just trying to see if there's a timeliness now to a decision. And what is the decision? It could be, I'm not interested at all, which is pretty rare. We don't really have that happen very often, but it can. Or it could be, I love these technologies. I want some. So they become a customer. Or, I'm really intrigued. I think I'd like to really look into this more as a business because I really know that I love this and I want to share it. And if I'm going to share it, I may as well be a wellness consultant. Or, I want to take this to the top. I want to change the world in terms of alternative healthcare. We need this. We need safe, non-invasive, non-chemical, highly effective technologies for our world. And boom, I'm your woman. I'm your girl. I'm your one. And so that's going to be your highest response. And that's super exciting. And especially if they say, and I have people like me that I know that I want to bring in. So that's really, really thrilling. But all of it is good. And there's no right or wrong answer. It's just what is the right answer for them at that time. It's all about them. It's their decision, not yours. So allowing that to happen. So a couple of other things that I just want to say is about prospects. Where are they? Well, I think it's a treasure hunt. And I think it's really fun. And the more you make it fun, the more success you're going to find. Because you really will be searching through people. And generally speaking, the people that really get what we're about are people that are open-minded and open-hearted. And really ready for their next illumination, if you will. They're really ready for their next step. Whether it's with their health or with their finances or with a community, because they really know they want a good community of vibrant people to work with and be with, a family of sorts. So it's really, the open-mindedness is huge. And often I will ask somebody that right off the bat, are you open? Are you open to just looking at new possibilities that you may have never come across before? So that's really huge. Because if they're open, it's so much more fun. And if they're not, it's not always so much fun. Because they can just fight you on everything and block and block and block. And it just gets a little boring. So you want to really be with people who are open and joyous and interested naturally. A lot of these people are already into natural health. I will say they often are. And I know a lot of my quick success was because I was in a community, the macrobiotic community, that was already interested in doing organic foods and healthy water and other things like that. So it wasn't a stretch for them to learn about magnetic fields and grounding and whatever. So it was an easy kind of step for them. But for some people, it's a much bigger step. And it might be that they're very, very ill and they've tried many other things and they're just at their wit's end and they're ready for you. And that can be there too, because we are here to serve everyone. And a lot of people are really praying for us. They just don't know that it's us they're praying for. They don't know it's you and you're the messenger. So it's really recognizing when that timeliness is there and really saying, based on everything you've told me, I think I might have something that could really help you. Not, I've got the answer for your entire life, or I know you'll be brilliant in this business, or I've got the, bee's knees in terms of technologies, nobody else can beat us. It's not like that. It's just more like, based on what you've told me, I think I might have something, because it's not as certain and it's more open, and then they're more open back, because you can say, are you ready to really explore? you really ready to just see something different, something new that might just blow you away? And it might not, but I think it might be something. So that's a helpful way to go about it. People who are looking for what we call trans tech now. Trans tech means transformational technologies. Transformational technologies are very powerful now in terms of our leap forward in energy medicine. And so you're looking for these conscious, curious people that are into that sort of thing, and you'll find it'll be a lot easier for you. Certain types of places, expos, conscious expos, conscious life expos, nutritional expos, those sorts of things, sleep expos. There's one happening in Houston soon. Facebook groups that have that kind of interest, natural kids, green kids, like that. Local meetup groups, networking groups in your area. So those kind of things can be very effective, especially, again, if they're naturally into health, or perhaps they're really into wealth and they're really into multiple sources of income. And that's another whole subset. But those are two natural areas for us to go into. So it's really then finding kind of the right hook, if you will, for the right people. And that's learning about them and how they come across and what you feel they need, and asking them what they need. Some people are more scientific, some people are more creative, some people are more artistic, some people are more outgoing, some people are more introvert. And you really want to match as best you can the style that they're exhibiting. If they're more scientific, I get more scientific. If they're more introvert, I get more quiet. I don't look them in the eye as much because it's hard for some people. If they're really extrovert, I'll get more extrovert. So you want to match them. If they're fast-paced, I'll go faster. If they're slow and considered, I'll go slow and considered. Not to mimic, but to match, so they feel comfortable with the energetic exchange that is happening between us. If we understand the power of communication and communion, we can't go wrong in Nikken because the technologies are so brilliant. So just one thing on the technologies, and that is, not just on the technologies, but I feel strongly that it behooves us and is very smart to study. And we don't have to study forever and a day, but especially when we're new, there's two things. We want to go out and start talking to people, but in the times when we can't be out there talking to people, it's 10 o'clock at night, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, whatever it is, there are times for study. And the things to really study, I believe, are obviously network marketing, what it is, what it isn't, and how people are successful in network marketing. That is the model we use for the way that we create the wealth. Our technologies, we really need to study magnetic fields and how they affect the body. Pi Mag Water, there's the fabulous book, The Magic of Pi Water. There's earthing, grounding. There's a great book on earthing. There's videos on earthing. There's a new video that came out. Actually, it's not a new video, but it's a new one I discovered, The Secret of Water. I put a post about it because I was so excited. When I watched it, I said, oh my gosh, this is what we've all been talking about for me, 24 years now, since January of 1995. And it just thrilled me to bits that I could have a video to share with people. I was just so excited. So magnetic fields, Pi Mag Water, earthing, grounding, same thing. But earthing and grounding is not the same as the magnetic fields. We can study solar energy. We can study air energy, these technologies that we utilize in our products. And there are lots of books out there on air and ionic exchange, positive and negative ions. There's plenty of them. And it absolutely blew my mind when I started reading them. I was like, I had no idea what negative ions could do versus positive ions in our ionic exchange in the air. I just didn't have a clue what happens with the sun, and what about those wavelengths, and why is this wavelength different from that wavelength, and why is that so important? These are things that we need to know, because we don't have to retain all of that, but it gives you so much confidence when you read those books or you listen to those videos. You say, wow, I had no idea. And it just makes it easy to be really internally enthused. So that, I mean, you don't want to go out and throw up over everybody, right? You don't want to be so enthusiastic that you just jump over everybody like a puppy, because people don't like that. But you do want to be internally enthused. And that's very important. I love what we do. And I have never, ever stopped loving what our technologies do. I think they are the most extraordinary thing. And I think they are survival tools for a world in peril that is in rapid decline. And we are one of the biggest answers ever out there to keep people healthy. Another area to study is nutrition. That's a huge area. You can study the particulars of our nutritionals. You can study lactoferrin, prebiotics versus probiotics. You can study, MCTs. You can, go into certain areas and see what the particulars are and study those. I mean, nutrition is a massive area, but get some ideas. There's a lot of conflicting ideas as well. But it's an area that will behoove you to study. And also skincare, and studying that and the particulars of the things that are in our skincare. What is in our skincare, and why do those things help so much? Why do those beautiful seaweeds help us so much that are farmed off of Normandy, off of France? And, why is that so great for our skin? So this is maybe obvious, but I think sometimes we forget. And what we also must, I think, study is that this comes from Japan. These technologies come from Asia. The understanding comes from Asia. And so we need to understand the body's bioelectrical field. We need to understand that we are electrical and read about that, learn about that, watch videos on that. Manly Hall was talking about that in Canada in the early 1900s. We have many examples of brilliant minds, Nikola Tesla and many others. We've got The Body Electric by Dr. Robert Becker. We have Cross Currents, The Perils of Electropollution, The Promise of Electromedicine. We have a lot of books about electrics. So we need to understand, and videos. So the body's bioenergetic field, the auric field. Somebody mentioned the other day and she said, I don't know anything about that. And I said, well, how do you talk about Nikken? That's kind of challenging if you don't know even just the basics of the auric field, how that auric field feeds the body. And if that auric field is not strong, then the sickness will come. If the auric field is really buoyant and empowered and vital, the physical body will be vibrant and vital. And this has to do with sort of quantum physics and waves and particles. And this is all to do with wavelengths. And it's really, really worth studying. It's proven. And there's so much info out there on that now. Study the basics of acupuncture. Study the basics of Ayurveda if you want. Study the principles, not necessarily all the details, but the principles. What is the chakra system? Learn about that just a little bit, because those are energy vortexes in the body. Those are naders in the body of energy, and there's energy connections all through the body. And what we're working with our technologies is the energy body. So if you can't even kind of grasp that and you just think, well, we're just a physical body, it's really going to hold you back in your ability to build a great big Nikken business and really, really serve our world, which is what we're here to do. And I believe that is absolutely, we're all here to serve, and we serve most effectively in relationship. We can't really do anything alone, and we know that. We do it all in relationship. So the more we're in relationship with each other, the more we're in relationship with whatever you call your higher self, or your teachers on the other side, or spirit, source, creator, God, whatever that you call that, the more connection you have with the higher realms and with each other in the worldly realms, so that's vertical and horizontal, the more power will be given to you, actually, will be accessed to you to go out and make a difference. So I do feel that sometimes we all of us err on one area or the other. We like one area. I love bioenergetics. Obviously, it's a passion for me. But when I got involved in this, I knew I had to understand network marketing. I had to understand, what did that really mean, leveraging time and compounding effort? And what does that look like? And what is a penny doubled every day for a month? And what, and who cares? Oh yeah, well, actually, when you look at it and you have your 10 million on that 31st day, you say, oh, boom. bingo, got it. We need to learn these things. Some of you might be really into the network marketing part, but not really so much into the products and what they do. Or some of you may be very much into relationship and community, but not so strong on the others. So we all are learning all the time. And I just feel that I wanted to put this out today, that we're at the beginning of a new year. We have a fantastic year. If you study astrology, which I do, it is a brilliant time right now. Right now, we actually have no planets in retrograde. We're full on, full bore forward, and I'm feeling it, and I'm sure you are too. It's an exciting time to be alive, and it's a very exciting time to be alive as a woman and find your voice and help other women find their voice and be CEOs of their own company, be entrepreneurs. There has never been a time like this for us as women. Never the opportunities like it is. I've been studying salons, and what were salons? And that's how women learned about politics and art way back in the 1700s and 1800s, because there was no place for them to learn because they couldn't go to college. And we are so blessed that we're living now. I couldn't think of a better time in that regard. However, the difficulty is our world is in decline. A lot of things are in flux and flow on many levels of economics and politics and health. And health is our real big one, along with the economy, and how to help people understand how to shift that for themselves. So I just feel we are so blessed, but it is coming together, doing your personal work, me doing my personal work, studying, learning all the time. Don't get stale. Learn, because that will keep you vibrant and alive. And, we will just take this where it needs to be. This company deserves to be really at the top of the top of the top. We know that, but it's up to us. And that means working, I'm going to say hard, but it's really not hard. It's just a lot of meetings. If somebody's not interested, let them go quickly, move on to the next. You want to be doing at least 2 or 3 three-way phone calls a day. If you're really building this business, that's what you'll be doing with your upline and then with your downline. At least 2 or 3 a day with your upline, if you can. That sounds like a lot, but that's what's going to build you a vibrant business, and then with your downline. And if it isn't happening, just understand that it's like, oh, I haven't met the right people yet. It's a treasure hunt. It's a treasure hunt. And I got to get out there like an Easter egg hunt and go find those eggs that are hidden there. Where are they? Where are those fabulous people? They're out there, and they're looking for you, and they're praying for you. They're asking for you, but you're not putting yourself in the place where you can find them. And when you do, you will see things can turn in a moment, because they're the right ones for you to really play with and co-create with. So, that's what I want to say. I'm going to unmute actually, I'm not going to unmute everyone because it could be super noisy. So why don't you unmute and just jump on in, and we'll spend the next few minutes just chatting, and then we will complete our recording. So anybody who wants to speak, just unmute and just be in a quiet place if you can, so we can hear you well. Who's that? Somebody unmuted, but then can you come in and talk to us?
Can you hear me? This is
Yeah.
Sherry.
Sherry, listen. Yes,
Hey.
Sherry. Hi.
So I love the conversation. I think that if somebody's new and they're listening and they're overwhelmed, it's like you've learned so much, but you've been studying this for decades. And I love the idea that people can find, and I've often coached, consultants, pick one particular product or product category each month and just study that so you can really take ownership, so you feel comfortable. And like you said, I love that the confidence comes when you feel like you've got, really good information that you can share. So I think this is always about, learning. And I love that you never stop learning. You're always growing because of there's so much. Well, Nikken does that for us. I mean, I didn't know anything about grounding until I wasn't paying attention to it. I know it was out there. So I wanted to say kudos to that. I also wanted to invite Andrea, if she, I know she's on. I just wanted to give a shout out for her because them. And I circled back, and the timing was right, and she went silver in one day, signed up and went silver in one day, and she just completed an entrepreneur club. So I'm just really excited about her excitement and her growth and how she's been pouring into, connecting lots of people to share this wonderful business product that we have.
That is fantastic. Andrea, I think you are on. If you're on and you want to unmute and say something, please do. We're so proud of you. Well done, girl.
Thank you. Hello, 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 everyone. I am feeling very fortunate, and I feel a lot of gratitude right now to be in a space with women, and everything you share tonight, it resonates with my spirit. It's who I already am. And so I feel like I'm coming home. Thank you so much, Sherry, for remembering me and not leaving me behind and allowing me to recommit myself to what I already know we need to do, which is to heal ourselves and help to heal the world. And it's so beautiful to be aligned with all the things that you said tonight, Julie. I had a chance to meet you many, many moons ago. Of Life Chiropractic Center when you were my twin sons, or maybe about 3 or 4 at the time, and now they're 13. So
wow,
it's like the prodigal daughter returning home.
Oh, we love that. Welcome home, sweetheart. Welcome home. That's so lovely. And obviously you're very passionate about it. To go silver in a day tells all of us that you are passionate and that you're aligned, and people are feeling your alignment. When people feel your alignment, they know that you're speaking truth, and they come and they want to be with you, just like you enjoy being with us.
Thank you so much. And I want to acknowledge Sherry. Nothing that I did would have ever been done if it wasn't for her support and her vision. And I realized that the whole purpose of community is being lived through us sharing Nikken and using this as a platform for us to change our lives and to change the world, that we cannot get ahead without each other. Right. And so I feel very well supported and honored to be in this team.
That is fabulous. Yep, you've got the best of the best in Sherry. That is so brilliant.
Thank you, Sherry. I love you both. Thank you for a wonderful call, Julie.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Sherry. I know you're in the car, I think. Maybe picking up your husband or something. But Andrea, yeah, well done. Just keep on going, sweetie. Just do what you do. Just be yourself. That's the key. Just be you, and it will happen. Yeah. Fabulous. Is there anybody else? I know half an hour goes in like no time. Anybody else who wants to just jump in before we go? And please, by the way, do send me your ideas of if you still want to go with once a month. If you feel like twice a month is better for you, you let me know. Whatever you need, I'll do my absolute best. And I can do this time or even maybe an hour earlier. So let me know. Anybody else want to come in? I see a lot of you are on here, so don't be shy.
Well, this is just spectacular, Julie, and your energy. You just are who you're encouraging everybody to be. That you just are that, and it's very. It makes my heart smile, and it energizes me, and I'm grateful. And we do have so many people, just like you, in terms of energy and sharing their greatness and their beauty, and it is an honor. And thank you.
Well, we are honored to have you with us, Carol. I mean, we love you and you're amazing. And we always love seeing you at the big events. And that's another thing. Of course, many people are in Utah right now at the big event there. And, you know, we're having other big events coming up. So that's another bigger piece for people to come and see and really get to know the community. And I really believe that community is critical right now. Community in our world of conscious people coming together to really shift things. So, Carol, you've always been that. And so we love you and thank you for your kind words. And, you know, let's just onwards and upwards, everyone. It's like, this is a treasure hunt. Just remember that. And when it's just not happening, no, there are times when it's just not happening. And then when it's happening, celebrate the times that it's happening. But celebrate when it isn't happening too, because you're learning. You're learning. Maybe I spoke too much. Maybe I didn't speak enough. Maybe it wasn't the right person. Maybe I, like hitting a brick wall. Maybe I just haven't studied enough. Be kind with yourselves. Be kind. If it was easy peasy to find a lot of just brilliant, awake, vibrant people, I mean, we'd all be royal diamond in a day. Of course, it doesn't happen like that. So this is how we learn. This is the grist for the mill. And I think it's important. I think if it was too easy, we probably wouldn't appreciate when we do reach silver, gold, platinum, diamond, royal diamond, because that really is a testimony to your ability to grow as a human being. It's an alchemical process. The more we grow, the higher we can go in the business. It's really like that. So we need to be brave. We need to have courage. There's no question about that. I know that John Kalinch, who I worked with, said there's only one thing you must have to build a successful network marketing business, and that is courage. You do have to have courage. And we know you have to have courage. We know it's not easy to just go out there and talk with people. But if you come from your love, which you are made from, you are that, we are all love at our core, others will feel it, and trust that. And then just do the gentle dance. Don't overwhelm, and it will all happen with the right ones. So I'm going to stop our recording, but thanks everybody for being on. You guys are amazing. You girls are amazing. And if you want twice a month, let me know. If you don't, it's fine. We'll find our way forward. But I would like to see us all have high success this year. I don't see any reason why not. And we got a lot of people to help. A lot of children, a lot of elderly, a lot in the middle. They need help. And we can be that blessing for them. So thanks everybody so much for being here. Love you so much. I'll say good night. Bye for now.